Yeah, I know y'all see it. So we're going against We Be Selling. They're 0-1, but y'all see us. We're 0-2. It's the start of a new season, and I'm very big on showing my losses. Very big on it. The reason why I don't have a loss to show you is because I didn't play in the game in which we lost. If you want to see that game, all you have to do is go to my boy at Jamaica on Twitch, and you'll be able to see that game. We actually went up against the number 2 team on PS5 currently. That's where they're currently ranked. I didn't play. The reason why I didn't play is one, I was busy working on stuff for the association, and two, that was a great chance for my guys to gain more experience. The experience of playing a high pressure game where knowing you it's a good possibility you could lose. I let them play because I wanted to see how my guys would react. And to be honest with you, for the most part, they acted the way I expected them to. They was frustrated. They didn't talk much throughout the game. They talked a little bit, but like it's different when I play because I can figure out that stuff for them. And I have been seeing them play in the rack and seeing them blow out all these different teams. And I know what they need at this point is that exposure of playing better teams. So I let them play. They lost. It is what it is. So in today's video, I'm gonna kind of talk about that. This game is just going to pretty much be playing in the background. If I can, I'm gonna try to get the stream, take some footage from that video so I can do a film study and show my team where they could be a little bit better. At this point, like I said, my team doesn't have much to improve on. How do you improve if you're not losing? Makes sense. Like, how do I tell my team who hadn't lost a game that entire season? Like, we lost one, but even then, like I said, I had two guys that didn't even have max out builds. So, like, how do you tell a team that isn't losing, hey, you need to get better at this, and that? You can't. It goes in one ear and out the other because they see the results. If they've been playing the way they've been playing and they've been winning, why would they change what's been working? Simple. With that being said, in this game, I'm going against a point guard who is very skilled defensively and probably the team's best player. The problem with that is I don't believe you can be the team's best offensive and best defensive player unless you play center. I don't believe at guard you should be the team's primary defensive stopper and the primary scorer. Like, it's too many hats. I did it for years. And even though we won a lot of games over the years, every time we went up against a team where the point guard was just as good defensively, but he let that responsibility go to somebody else, we'd get smoked. You know, it's only so much one individual can do. You need help. And you have to relinquish a lot of things to get that help. Right? Because of my teammates, I was able to make this build that you see me using in Proam. I have a 96 driving dunk, got a 70 mid-range, 94 offensive rebound. Why did I make that? Because my teammates allowed me to. I took everything that we was weak at and put it all into one build. Are we weak at shooting threes? No. So I don't have to shoot a three ball. We're not the best passing team, so guess what? I get to make my pass accuracy high. What I do best is get to the rim. I needed to be able to finish at the rim, so I had a 96 driving dunk. The only part of the game I could not control was rebounding, and mainly offensive rebounding. So because of that, my guy has a high offensive rebound. So since I correct all the weaknesses that we had, there was nothing else to improve. I seen the results clear as day. Nobody could beat us. You know, even on our worst day, nobody was fucking with us. That's just the truth. It got so bad I couldn't run plays. I couldn't really tell them anything. We was winning. So, like I said, we're going against this point guard who was very good defensively. But the problem with that is all I had to do as an offensive player is pick on your tendencies. He did what I try to teach everybody: stay on the same side as the ball. Why? Because that's where most people like to explode and blow off of. So once he started doing that, all I did was throw in a counter every once in a while. I didn't do it every time. I didn't want him overthinking it. I wanted him to believe that the defense he was playing was the proper defense. And I was going to let the score speak for itself. All I had to do at this point was tell us to switch to a 2-3. The reason being, their offense was predicated on a bunch of off-ball screens and stuff like that. Whenever you see a team send a bunch of off-ball screens, all you have to do is find the defense that is going to give them the most trouble to make some of those passes. Once we switch to 2-3, this is what happened the rest of the game. Now that that's out the way, that's how the rest of the game is going to go. Now I can talk about the loss that we had to the number 2 team. So this number 2 team, can't remember the name, I'm going to find it out, but they did a press all game long. Somewhat of a 2-1-2 press, but for the most part, they just did a press all game long. They played 2-3, but the way they played 2-3, the center was pretty much allowed to sit in the paint the entire time. Where, if I was on the court, I would have noticed that they was in the 2-3 zone. Since I was not on the court, the only time my team really noticed it was a 2-3 zone was after the game was over, after we started talking about it. So, I asked them, I said, what zone were they in? Somebody said they were in man-to-man. That right there lets me know why they struggle so much to find like some type of common ground when they was playing with each other. They was in a 2-3 zone. Now, once I got them to establish that they was in a 2-3 zone, I asked them, what beats 2-3? 5 out beats 2-3. Well, if 5 out beats 2-3, and y'all know that, and we run 5 out mainly, then what was the issue? Spacing. Spacing is the issue. The only way 5 out looks like shit is when the floor is not properly spaced out. That's the only time. That means the ball handler cannot go anywhere without help defenders sitting in the gaps. Why? Because the floor ain't spaced out. If the floor is spaced out, they have to play one-on-one. If they're in 2-3 zone and the floor is spaced out, that means one of the guys on the perimeter, which is the top of the key and the 2 wings, one of those guys has to be open. They has to be, by principle. If you're playing 2-3, that's how it works. From there, all you have to do is start to simplify and run the normal offense. Now, their defense was amazing. They got back on defense. They got a lot of steals. They forced a lot of missed shots, and they forced some turnovers. That part was amazing. But offensively, my team sucked. They sucked. And it's fine, because the only way they can get better is to have the experience. So when I talked to my co-captain, like I said, the first quarter he was coaching them, telling them everything to do, and they was like manageable. I told my co-captain, don't do that, let them figure it out. And even though he didn't want to, because he didn't want them to lose confidence and nothing like that, I told him it was fine. I want to see who loses confidence. Because the thing is, when we go against better teams in better leagues, against better competition, I need to know the guys whose confidence is always going to remain where I need it to be. Because if we go into a series or something and we lose a game, I don't need their confidence to be shaken going into the next game. I already have a tall task of having to be this great player every time out. Right? It really sucks for me when, one of my guys is not having the game that I'm used to them having. So for that game, Montage was lagging most of the game, and he didn't shoot very well. That is very hard to overcome for anybody because he's our team's best scorer. If King has a bad game, King is a very good elite scorer. So if he has a bad game, Jamaica and Loco, those are 2 guys that are, to be honest, they're mainly out there for defense, but their offensive capabilities are very important. The ability to pass it to the right person, the ability to take an open shot. I saw Jamaica pass up multiple open shots. You know, and then when it comes to Cincy, who was out there, Cincy has to play with the guys more. Like I said, Cincy's IQ is high, but he doesn't trust the rest of these guys because he doesn't play. He knows the system, and he'll play the hell out of the system. But he's not doing the little things for those guys because he doesn't play as many team games as the rest of us do. Now, me, Reggie, and Cincy going to a park, probably won't lose. It's just the honest God truth. We probably won't lose. We're too damn good. I need the same effort in 5v5, and that only happens with playing more games, which is why I was glad Cincy went ahead and played, because I know he didn't want to. Cincy does not like knowing that he can lose a game. You know, he was kind of like that when I met him. When I met him, he didn't really want to play against other people that he felt was really, really good. And even though he's kind of gotten over that playing with me and playing with Reggie, like I said, now that these new guys are in there, he's not as comfortable with them trying to win. So I need him to play in those games so he can get more comfortable with the way those guys play. And from there, those losses that loss that we had, and if they had more games like that, all it's going to do is make them better players because they've seen it before. That's what experience says. Experience says, this happened before. I've learned from this. Let me make this adjustment to try to get a different outcome. That's what experience does. Right? If you ain't never experienced a playoff before, how you know how they act? You know, if you play and you beat everybody going through the playoffs, you still gain experience. You know, some people gonna be up for the task, and some people gonna shrink in those moments. So I need to know who that is. For Strap didn't have the game he normally has. Like, defensively, he didn't provide as much pressure as I'm used to. And that's okay. Like I said, experience is a motherfucker. Like, played against a team that ran 5 out, you had to be the primary defender, and the point guard kind of got going. Now you got to try to make some type of adjustment. That's how it works. And for King, who was the primary decision maker, he plays about as well as I thought he could have played. You know, like, given the circumstances, how they played defense and everything like that, he played about as well as I thought he could have played. Right? He still needs a lot more experience running the show as the point guard. Because even when I found King, King was not the primary point guard. King was just somebody who was really good to the scoring. I took that and turned him into a point guard. Now, his passing has greatly improved. His instincts has to get better. Right? Because you got to think, in that lineup that they had, I'm going to be honest with the guys here for a second, so I'm just talking to them. So for my team, with the lineup that y'all had going against the number 2 team in Proam, Montage is the guy. Right? He's the guy that was going to score the most. But it was going to go as well as King could dictate the game. So if Montage is struggling to score, what you have to then do is get him easier shots. Alright? He's lagging, I get all that, but you got to get him easier shots. The only way to get anybody easy shots is by being aggressive. So every time you attack the rim, you have to attack it to score. You can't attack the rim and then hope that this pass is going to be open. You have to attack the score. And if they rotate a certain way, be quick enough to see the next pass. That's how it works. For Strat, Jamaica, be ready to shoot. I don't care if you're having bad shooting games. You get an open attempt. You cannot have that second hesitation on shooting. You can't. You just got to let it fly, hope for the best. Everything is designed to get you guys open shots in the score. Nobody should never score less than 10 points per game. Ever. So when the only thing that allows you to counteract that is the offensive rebounds, which I can show y'all how to throw offensive rebounding in with that lineup. But that's all I got for today. I know I talked a little bit longer than what I'm used to. But that's all I have to say, man. Like, can't win them all. It's fine. You take the experience, you learn from it, you get better. Other than that, man, I hope y'all been enjoying the content. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. You know, I appreciate everybody that leaves a comment, says something to me on PlayStation or whatever. Appreciate all that. I promise you. That's what makes me keep going. So keep subscribing, keep liking the videos, keep the support going, and I'll keep trying to get better and better. It's been neat though. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Oh, I thought you could.
It's fine. I'm back. Oh, perfect pass. Look at that.
My bad. You had it. Okay, I see what they're doing. He's just sitting there.
Man, I'll lose it. Give me that. I'm shooting.
Like that. When y'all pass me, when I pass the ball, just pass it right back. I'm gonna be wide open in the mid range. Cause he's sitting on the same side. I see that, Jamaica. I see it. Go, King. That's up there. All the way through, Jamaica.
Dang.
Stay there. I got left. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's on me.
And you gotta let me know what side I'm on there, King. I'm on the same side.
I got
They didn't give me the ball. Go dunk it. Yep.
I'm gonna run straight through James.
Yep.
And one. Come on, ref. Really lucky I can't jump again. Good rebound.
All the way through, Jamaica. Bucket. Got left.
Dang, I should never reach.
Nah, it was fine. I can't believe it pushed you there for. That's tough.
Yeah, your meter was.
It's on the bottom. That's not a steal. All the way. Get him out of here. I'm on the right.
That one.
Wow, they missed that. Money. You missed. Good shot. Good shot, you hit it. All the way, Jamaica. Yes, sir.
Shot.
I bet they are. I don't even want to play
Yeah.
them.
Tell them that we're not ready. Tell them to play a match and we'll play after that.
No, seriously. I don't
Yeah, I
know
don't
like
either.
when teams do that. Like, if it's set up to be a series or 2 games, play that.
I told you they was scouting. That's all they was doing.
Okay, right when our game is over, they ready. Like,
Yeah, that's why we're gonna continue just playing.